circulated the dollar 36 to 100 times before it left the community. Hear me now, 36 to 100 times. According to the NAACP, in an article I read in the Atlanta Black Star, we now have the dollar for about 6 hours. What's wrong with that? I'm just saying. The city I talk about in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was named Black Wall Street. In 1910, 6 families owned planes, and an entrepreneur named Simon Berry owned a bus system, and his average salary was $500 a day. This once thriving city was burned to the ground by the Ku Klux Klan. I call them America's first terrorist group. But for some reason, our country has failed to deem them as that. The city of Tulsa was able to revive itself, but was never the same. And the desegregation, it saw its eventual decline. We must take a moment to pause and think. We are much smarter than our actions. We are wiser, and we know better than to be dependent on the people that oppress us. What is the solution? I want you, before you leave here today, to talk to someone. Because you know we do a lot of talking. As a people, we talk. You know, that's just what we do. But before you leave here today, please take a moment to speak to someone to come up with at least one idea that will help us move toward true freedom. You know, the solution begins with us. It's not just one moment in time. We can no longer again, as I stated before, look to the oppressor to change a fate that he does not want to change. Real talk, we have the power to make the change. I was having a conversation with one of my staff, and we talked about the power of working together to purchase real estate. Why are we paying rent to people that don't support our community? We can pool our money together. Young people don't have money to do it by themselves, but they can pool with each other to buy housing that they can rent. And then they can gain money and buy property and more property. But we have let the oppressor dictate to us how we should function. We have bid the oppressor's bidding by hating on each other. Yeah, let me hear that, because you know. People acting quiet, but you know. Secondly, we all know education is the be-all and the end-all. As Malcolm X stated, education is our passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. Let's take a moment to dissect this quote. Unfortunately, our children are moving away from education. The destructions of their minds is coming about through the promotion of social media, Snapchat, Creepy, Kick, Feed, just to name a few. Some of you even never even heard of that, I know. The destructive behaviors and time spent on these sites is time taken away from homework, reading, and strategies that support the minds of our young. If our students are unable to expand their minds into vessels of critical thinking and innovation, we are in some deep trouble. As parents and elders, we must pass on our knowledge and share our information that is relevant and worthwhile for our children. Teaching them about their ancestors. Teaching them what it's like to have been them. Teaching them basic skills such as sewing, knitting, crocheting, gardening, woodworking, and skills of survival. We have the knowledge, and for us to be the keeper of the knowledge and not share with our young people is devastating and not what our ancestors had planned. If you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, if you're an artisan, a musician, a teacher, what child are you mentoring to help improve their quality of life and to give them the tools so they can mentor someone else? Our support of young people and mentoring will allow us to build leaders in our community and make our future bright. Remember that t-shirt? I had one that said, "Each one, teach one." But because the babies have lost their mind, we're not helping them try to find their minds. We walk by and say, "Oh, they're crazy. Oh, that's a different generation." No, it is your role to stand up and make sure that they understand what it is to be black in America. To keep silent is a travesty, and it falls on us, not them. I feel like, and I got one too, an iPhone, but I just feel like it perpetuates that I feeling, not the we feeling. We must allow support institutions that support self-awareness and provide our children and young people a chance to learn about themselves. If you do not know where you came from, you do not know where to go. We are feeding a lost generation that is moving further away from a knowledge of self. Places such as Page Academy, Howard University, Davis, just to name a few, support a curriculum that gives young people an opportunity to study in depth their ancestors that paved the way in medicine, science, business, history, philosophy, just to name a few. Now I'm going to speak to the psychological piece. Thirdly, we must get our minds right. And I can say that because I'm still working on mine. We have to stop the notions of slavery and the color divide within ourselves. Come on, y'all, it's time to stop and recognize that black is beautiful, whether it's light, tan, brown, dark brown. We must stop the hatred within ourselves because of the way we look. Really? We still having that conversation? I feel so emotional when I think of the song created and performed by one of our teachers, Lovely Hoffman. My black is beautiful. It brings tears to my eyes because if I had been at the age our students are now and heard that song, I think I would have just been in such a better place. A song created for young women to see their beauty inside and out, no matter what their complexion or skin tone. The degradation of our girls and women, the fruit bearers of the next generation, hear me, the fruit bearers of the next generation must be nurtured and their spirits must be taken care of to bring babies into the world that can feel good about themselves. When I hear of black women trying to bleach their skin and that of their children, risking cancer and other self-induced diseases, my heart breaks. What happened? What happened? Again, the oppressor, perpetuated, I can't say the word, but you know what I mean, perpetrated through media, light, and almost white women as the epitome of beauty. Come on now, we have to do better than this. All of us must put on our gang face, shoulders back, heads high, basking in our beautiful selves, knowing that we are some bad, hush your mouth. We must uplift our spirits and study our history. I'm still studying. Every day I learn something new about where I came from. We then have to share what we learn and bring it and share it out to the world. We have a history that started from the beginning of time. Only we can say that. So, amidst all the obstacles put in our way, we have become some of the greatest leaders in the world in just about every occupational field. We have set records on the athletic front. We have created and been amazing in the performing arts, the visual arts, and so much more. Just look at what we have to offer, but yet we are portrayed as less than each and every day. We are the hunted right now, and until we feel good about who we are and join together to protect ourselves, we will continue to be hunted with permission by the powers that be.